The holiday season is here, and since we're all going to be doing more spending than usual on gifts and holiday fun, I want to go over the best credit card strategy for holiday shopping. Now, I'm really excited for this video as this is a special holiday collaboration I'm doing with my other fellow credit card content creators about the cards we'll be using for our own personal holiday shopping. We just heard from Josh Butler about the cards he's been using, so if you haven't seen that video yet, I'll leave a link up to his video on the screen here. But now, let's get into what the strategy is all about. Now, when we look at credit cards, we always want to get as much value as possible, and one of the main ways we look at value is from the spending multipliers on the card. As we all know, the absolute table minimum is 2%, and this can be found on cards such as the Citi Double Cash or Wells Fargo Active Cash cards, but there are other cards with even better multipliers that could be used as well. For example, the PayPal MasterCard can get you 3% cash back on all PayPal purchases, while the US Bank Altitude Reserve Card can get you 3x points on mobile wallet spending, and both of these can be very helpful to get elevated multipliers in that everyday spending category. And of course, we can't forget the rotating category cards, the Chase Freedom Flex and the Discover Red cards, and their monster 5% Q4 rotating categories for this holiday season. The Chase Freedom Flex comes in with 5% cash back at Walmart and PayPal and up to $1,500 cash back in combined purchases, and the Discover It gets you 5% cash back at Amazon.com and digital wallet purchases, also up to $1,500 cash back in combined purchases. Of course, since some of these cards have caps, you can mix and match these cards to make your ultimate credit card setup, to target your main categories and to get the highest value for your own personal spending. And don't forget, you can then couple these cards with any ongoing sales, shopping portals like Rakuten, or even coupons by the banks such as American Express offers. But even with all of this going on, will this really get you the best value on your holiday spending? It turns out that there's definitely a better way, and it has nothing to do with the multipliers on your card at all. The single best way to get the highest value and return on spend with holiday shopping isn't with big multipliers, but actually meeting a minimum spend requirement with a credit card sign-up bonus. And so it's really important to check out different credit cards and evaluate them based on their sign-up bonuses, and then target that card so you can use it for your holiday shopping season. Typically, you can consider getting this card around October 1st, since most sign-up bonuses have a 3-month or 90-day time frame to meet the minimum spend requirement. But some credit card offers can go as high as 120 days or even 6 months, so definitely keep this in mind as well. And the reason why that this method is the best strategy is that the return on spend will always be the highest in this situation, and there's no multiplier out there that will even come close to the value you can get from a really great sign-up bonus. Of course, there are 2 types of sign-up bonuses, ones that come in the form of cash back, and ones that come back in the form of points and miles. Now with cashback, the value you get is locked as a cashback value with no room for any increase in value, but with points and miles, it's not just the earnings that are important, but also the type of redemption, which also plays a role in the total value gained. So for me, since I generally redeem points for outsized value, I prefer points over cashback to get that extra juice when I make my redemptions. And so let's reveal the card that I'll be using as my primary card for this holiday season, and that would be my American Express Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card. Now, if you've been following my channel, I made a Watch Me Apply video back in late September, which detailed why I got this card in the first place. And yes, I'm still working on the sign-up bonus as of today. Now, if you haven't seen that Watch Me Apply video yet, definitely check that out, but one of the main reasons I got this card was because not only were the benefits refreshed, but the card also came with an elevated sign-up bonus as well. And the bonus I'm referring to is the sign-up bonus of 150,000 Marriott Bonvoy bonus points after spending $5,000 in purchases within the first 3 months of card membership. As of now, the sign-up bonus will be available all the way until early January 2023. So if you're thinking about getting this card, you have until then to lock in this limited time elevated sign-up bonus. I'll also leave a link to my unboxing video of this card if you want to see what this card looks like up close and personal. And feel free to use my referral link that I'll put in the description down below if you're thinking of getting this card. So when we look at sign-up bonuses, it's important to calculate the total value you get from the sign-up bonus. And in this case, because we're getting points, we're going to use a cents per point calculation to figure out what the actual value would be. According to the points guy, Marriott Bonvoy points are worth about 0.8 cents per point, so with this valuation, the sign-up bonus of 150,000 points is worth about $1,200. And since the minimum spend requirement is $5,000, the total return on spend would be $1,200 divided by $5,000, which equals 24%. Now, this is a great value for return on spend, but there are definitely other sign-up bonuses out there that get an even higher value than this. So always make sure to keep an eye out for the best sign-up bonus for you. We also want to include the spending multiplier associated with your spend and factor that into the calculations as well. So in the case of the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card, this card gets 6x back on Marriott hotels, 3x back on dining worldwide, 3x back on flights booked directly with airlines, and 2x back on all other purchases. And since we're talking about holiday shopping, and for simplicity purposes, we'll also assume that all spend on this card will be done using the 2x point multiplier. So $5,000 multiplied by 2 would be 10,000 points, and adding that to our total points, this would equal 160,000 points, or $1,280. And now with this new total, the return on spend including the sign-up bonus as well as the spending on the card would be $1,280 divided by $5,000, equaling 25.6%. So now, let's compare this return on spend to another card in my setup I would have used if I didn't have the Bonvoy Brilliant card as my holiday shopping card. And that alternate card would have been the Bank of America Premium Rewards Elite credit card. This card earns unlimited 2 points for every dollar spent on travel and dining purchases and unlimited 1.5 points per dollar on all other purchases. On the surface, these multipliers seem a little low compared to other cards in its class, and I did a full breakdown of this card in a previous video, so I'll leave a link to that video up top. But essentially, to activate this card's true potential, it's important to be a part of Bank of America's Preferred Rewards program. With the Platinum Honors tier in the system, you can get a 75% credit card boost, bringing the multipliers up to 3.5 points on travel and dining and 2.5 points per dollar on all other purchases. But that's not all. This card also offers the ability to save 20% on domestic or international airfare for any class when you pay with points on the Bank of America travel portal, which translates to a 1.25 cents per point redemption value. So if you earn points on this card at 2.625 points for everything else and then redeem for domestic or international airfare using Bank of America, you multiply this number by 1.25 cents per point, which equals a net redemption value of 3.28 points. So now, let's compare the Bank of America Premium Rewards Elite card to the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card in terms of the return on spend to see how much extra value I'm getting with the elevated sign-up bonus on the Brilliant card. Now, just for simplicity, I'm going to assume that I'm spending $5,000 on each card and the spend is only in the everything else category. So if I were to use the Premium Rewards Elite credit card for holiday shopping, and I plan on redeeming my points only for air travel through the Bank of America travel portal, that $5,000 would earn $164 of cash back. And with the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card, as mentioned before, I would be getting a 150,000 point sign-up bonus plus 10,000 extra points from the spending multiplier, which at a 0.8 cent per point valuation would equal $1,280. And this would be a difference of $1,100 in value gained just by using the Bonvoy Brilliant card and its limited time sign-up bonus. Now, I say all of this to drive the point home that getting a card with an amazing sign-up bonus is the best way to get value from your spending and would be the best credit card strategy for your holiday shopping this season. And there are so many great sign-up bonuses to choose from, so definitely make sure to consider the sign-up bonus when choosing the next credit card that's right for you. Okay, so now that we've gone over my strategy, I'm going to pass the torch off to my buddy CJ, who's going to go over the cards he'll be using for this holiday season. So CJ, what do you got for us?